Hi gang, Rob here. It is 18 March 2013, about 8:30 in the evening on a cold, wet, windy Midwestern night. And I'm coming to you this evening to tell you some rather humbling, kind of embarrassing news. Uh, Years ago, when I first started watching YouTube videos, I began to watch a guy named Nutnfancy, as many of you probably did. And I was initially attracted to his videos because he was a knife guy. Well, I was a knife guy. I started collecting knives, almost 40 years ago, at the age of 8. And I was always into real knives, the bucks, the cases, the K-bars. And I never paid much mind to a certain brand. And then decades later, I'm watching my YouTube idol, Nutnfancy, and he breaks out a review of a knife that frankly shocked me. I was almost a little embarrassed to watch it. I felt a little dirty. And what was it? It was the Victorinox Cadet Swiss Army knife in green Alox scales. And it showed up on a Nutnfancy video. Now, frankly, I had always thought of Victorinox knives as toys, as inexpensive, cheaply built novelty knives. But Nutnfancy was enamored with this thing, with its highly polished stainless steel blade. He raved about its utility. He talked about its fit and finish and its finish quality and the utility of all of its tools, like this small flat blade screwdriver slash bottle opener, or slash can opener, I'm sorry. And on the other side, this large flat blade screwdriver and bottle opener and wire bender. He talked about the brilliant polish on all the implements and the snap in the back springs, and he talked about this nail file, and he talked about the durability of the Alox scales and how handy these little miniature multi-tools are. And what did I do? Well, what did I do with everything on a Nutnfancy video? I bought one in the same color as the one in his video. And frankly, it was so pretty, and the green was so difficult to find at a good price, I kind of tucked this one away, and I thought, maybe I need to buy another Swiss Army knife. And that was about the time the old soldier that had been in use for, 20 plus years was going out of production. So the new larger bodied soldier was made. And I had to have one. It's kind of like a Cadet, only bigger. It has the same can opener. Whoops. The same bottle opener. But it has the old school reamer. And it was cool because it was going to no longer be made, so I had to have one of those. But that's when the sickness started. That wasn't enough. So I added a grass camo tinker, which, in addition to the main blade and the can opener and the bottle opener, it has this really cool pen blade and a Phillips screwdriver and the new style reamer with the sewing hook And of course, since I didn't have one, I had to have one with the plastic scales so I could get a toothpick and a pair of tweezers. And then I thought, wow, I really enjoy these, but I need more tools. So the tinker wouldn't quite fill the bill anymore, and I needed to get a super tinker. And in addition to everything we've seen so far, the super tinker adds a pair of really good small scissors. And on the back side, the parcel hook. Apparently good for nothing, but it's cool. Whoops, I got the parcel hook tied up with the lanyard ring. Well, that was nice. But I thought, you know, everybody has those. How about if I try to find something everybody doesn't have, like a Ranger with translucent ruby scales? Up till then, I hadn't been a fan of the corkscrew because, as some of you know, I don't drink. Haven't had a drink in about 24 years. Why would I need a corkscrew? But wait, some of these knives with corkscrews have this really cool little tiny jeweler's screwdriver that nests inside the corkscrew. And the little hidden gem, a straight pin in the scale. Let's see, what else did the Ranger have that made it cool? Well, let's see. We have the same implements, including the scissors that we've looked at so far, but it seemed like there was something else pretty neat. Oh yeah. We have the large file on the Ranger. A really cool main blade. The pen blade again. And, oh, the saw! Which is, by the way, an excellent saw. And then let's go over to the back. Is there anything new here we haven't seen? Okay, we got the reamer with the sewing eye. Oh, we have the long, tiny flat blade screwdriver. And the chisel. Oh, and look at those gorgeous ruby scales. Oh, and wait, there's more. Next to the toothpick, what do we have? A ballpoint pen. Oh my gosh. You can see the problem, can't you? It's an addiction. And then I heard there were a new style of Swiss Army knife coming out in a larger chassis. And I had to go out and buy a one-handed Trekker. Look at that. The main blade's like 3 inches long. And it has a thumb hole and a liner lock, and it's left-handed. How could I not have one? What a cool blade. But it didn't stop there. I thought, what if I get trapped in my car and I can't get out and my seatbelt won't unfasten? I had to have a rescue tool with a diamond saw. Whoops, a seatbelt cutter. and a diamond cut saw. What would you need that for? How about taking your windshield out? Duh. And if you just need to break your side window, we have this replaceable glass breaker. And by the way, it glows in the dark. And last, you know, every now and then I like to get myself a Christmas present. And a couple years ago I did. This is kind of a rare model, I think. And boy, is it pretty. Look at this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my. in the onyx translucent scales is the Victorinox Mechanic. No scissors on this knife. What does it have instead? Look. Pliers. Pliers with a wire crimper built into the handle. Oh my. You've got to be kidding. Look at that beauty. Would you just look at it? Yeah, I know. It's an addiction. And wait, did I talk about this one? The little cadet that rides on my key ring. When I got married last year, I got these for my groomsmen. And I thought, you know, you really need another cadet that you use every day. This goes on my key ring. I use it all the time. So there you have it, guys. It's a sickness. It's an addiction. And I have it. I can't help it. They're not toys. They're not cheesy. They are exactly what Nutnfancy said they were. They're beautiful, well-crafted little tools. Yes, they are. What's next? I think what's next is a Swiss champ and probably a yeoman. A yeoman is kind of a rare Victorinox Swiss Army knife. Swiss Bianco has a lot of customized yeomans. Why a yeoman? Well, because that's my wife's maiden name. I have to have one. So try as I might, you know, I try to be prudent. I try to spend my dollars on things that really enhance my position and my preparedness, and I know I shouldn't collect, but I can't help it. If there is a YouTube community support group for Swiss Army knife addicts, please reply in the comments or send me a private message, because I know it's so wrong, but it feels so right. That's all for tonight, guys. Grace and peace. Out.